You do the work, do the therapy, and then you can watch other pieces go inside of your girlfriend, and you can be. You have views on cuckolding. Could you describe, first off, your views, and then later on, we'll get to the second part. What are your views as far as that's concerned?
Well, I came to LA 4 months into moving to LA. I met a guy who right off the bat was like, I like when my girl cheats on me. And I was like, ooh, this is interesting. And I'm always had an open mind to this stuff and whatnot. So I was like, let's try it. It is cool. And in my opinion, it brings us closer together because I'm out and he wanted to be like shocked with the video. He wanted to be like at work and me send him a video of me having sex with someone else and just like be surprised with it. That's how, but he didn't want to like sit there and be embarrassed.
Yeah.
Like and watch it. We did go to sex parties where we were doing things with other people in the same room, but he didn't want to sit there and be embarrassed.
Yeah.
He wanted just me to send him a video or tell him the story about it. And after dating him, I've learned that there's levels to this.
Yes.
When I now have that same kink, but my kink comes from a place of, I love this person so much that I enjoy seeing them get pleasure.
Well, I don't think that's cuckolding though. If you're a woman watching another woman with your man, I feel like that's a little different. Specifically because, well, I mean, I can go into the evolutionary reasons behind it, but like, it's interesting that you say that. That isn't what's controversial though, Jen, because there's a lot of people who are into cuckolding. What's controversial is that you think deep down every man would be into, or most men would be into cuckolding, but society sort of like programs it out of us.
I don't know if I would say most. Yeah. I would just say more.
More.
Would be.
Yeah.
Yes, because religious programming, because societal programming, because of these things that are wired that we have to kind of unlearn. I know you believe it's factual and evolutionary based. I believe it's more our programming and like reprogramming how we think and unlearning some things. And yes, I do think that more men would be into it if it wasn't so like, if cuck wasn't so stigmatized, you know?
You brought up specific stigmas about like homosexuality and stuff like that. Can you go into that? You thought that was some of the things. And then also about the stigmas about as far as the women being involved in the lifestyle and how they would come off as being promiscuous. Can you go over those stigmas?
Yeah, absolutely. What do you mean as far as homosexuality?
Well, you brought up before when we were talking, I was in Miami one time and I was sitting there with this girl and I brought you up and we started texting. Do you remember this?
Oh yeah.
And,
we got in a fight.
And we got in a big fight about this. And that's when we started talking about like how, because I kind of understood where you were coming from, was the idea that part of the stigma of you watching another man have sex with your girl was that you would be labeled by society as homosexual. And that was part of the stigma.
Well, that's what you argued, right?
No, I didn't argue that. Well, my argument was, I had two arguments. My first argument was there's nothing wrong if somebody's homosexual. That was my first argument.
Yeah,
the second argument was that that's not essentially what I believe, but I thought that was 3 standard deviations outside the norm. So that was my point.
I do think that most men are afraid to, join in orgies or have another man with their dick out in the same room because they believe that means that they're gay, and that's just not the truth. It actually takes a man who's very secure in their sexuality to be able to be in the same room and have these experiences and it still be fine. Yeah. So yeah, and I mean the fact that you believe that people are a little gay, that's what made me mad.
I didn't believe that they were gay. That's where we got into. We started talking about the stigma. So again, I think where the misunderstanding was, because I remember we were texting for a while before I called you. The misunderstanding was that my point was not that it was good or bad. I don't think it's good or bad. What I thought was that it didn't make sense evolutionarily for me to watch my girlfriend have sex with another dude. Yeah. That was the point I was trying to make. Do I think there's an adrenaline rush? Yes, but the adrenaline rush in a lot of cases, like 88% of murders, not 88, like I think I got that stat wrong. It's like 78% of murders are men killing other men over women. So the thing is, like, my argument was because you had never had the like full 1100 testosterone male experience, and like, but you've seen violence that men would be able to commit towards other men, and then sort of extrapolating that to more men want to watch their partners have sex with women. And my whole thing was every fiber of my being said, no, Jen, that is not true. Now, I'm not, that's why I'm so fascinated and why I love having this discussion. Yeah. And everyone I know wants to hear you talk about this, the belief that you think more men would be into this.
1000%.
Right? Well, now let me ask you something. The specific, because this is the word you said to me. You said like, you have to do the work, and you felt like it was an evolved manner for men to be able to accept watching other women have sex with their men.
I do. I feel like just like you think it's evolutionary, or it is evolutionary that men act a certain way, it's the same thing. You can evolve, right? Evolution is evolving. So if you want to evolve in that direction, you can do the work and like reprogram your brain in a way that's like, oh, I'm not gay if I'm in the same room as someone who's having sex, a guy that's having sex. Like there's out everywhere, and I'm a man, and I'm fine with that. Like you can and the people in the lifestyle are actually just so open-minded, and so you get close to these people so fast, obviously, because you're all fucking each other.
You get close to them, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, but it's kind of like I had a friend who he's married,
Yeah.
and his wife is in the lifestyle, and he said, I brought this up to him.
Yeah.
I said, I have friends who think this way. And they're like, no, it's just like if you love your best friend, like why wouldn't you want him to your wife? And
Yeah.
I know that sounds so like absurd to some people, but if you trust this person and they're all having pleasure, it's just like, why the not?
I think the second part where we had, again, I'm not saying this is right or wrong. Again, my whole point was about human evolution. This is the second part where we got into an argument, was the idea that my heterosexuality is tied to my masculinity. Not that a homosexual man can't be masculine, but your heterosexuality is not tied to your femininity. And the reason why I bring that up is because heterosexual women can kiss each other on their birthday, even play with each other's boobs. And there's no intimation that they're homosexual. Men, if they do the same thing, it just looks very awkward. And not looks very awkward. Awkward is like probably not the right word.
But that's just societal programming.
See, I don't think it is.
It is.
I think
it's 1,000%. I've seen guys grab other guys' dicks jokingly, and it's the same. It's just like playful, like a girl's like, like grabbing a boob. A guy's like, no, like yeah. It's just like, it's the same.
I don't think it's the same shit.
I think it is.
I think there is you want to say double standard.
I don't believe in double standards.
Okay, well, see, that's the difference. Because the other thing, Jen, that we're talking about here is that the belief that you think that most women would want to have multiple male partners but don't do so because they feel...
Well, think of it this way. From a young age, a woman is... it's all about getting the man. It's all about him picking you. It's like we are programmed in a certain way. And I do think that if this program didn't exist, where it's like, I want him to want me, I want him to choose me, and we're like, no, like I get to choose whoever, like there's plenty, we can choose each other, we can choose 2 people, we can choose 5 people. Like I think that if we didn't have that programming, then yes, more women would feel comfortable being open.
Do you think
with more men.
or do you think most women
I think more.
More.
I always think there's going to, like, it's like, I don't know the facts. I don't know the science behind it. I just think more.
Yeah.
More.
No, I do think, so I'll give you a statistic that's interesting. So there's a book, I think everyone should read this. It's called Everybody Lies, and there's another one called Dataclysm, and they go over Google searches and searches for different parts of the country. So for instance, they found that Google counties where the N-word was searched more frequently every single time Barack Obama lost that county. That was like one of the things they showed in this book. Another thing they showed in the book, a situation where in the state of Vermont and the state of Alabama, in the state of Alabama, 2% of males reported to be homosexual. In the state of Vermont, 4.5% reported to be homosexual. Mm-hmm. When they looked at searches, exactly the same number.
Yeah, and that goes to show you the societal programming.
The societal stigma. I'm not saying that there isn't a stigma. That was another argument we had. For instance, like no one's openly homosexual in Iran. You get stoned, they hang you upside down. No one's openly homosexual in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
So for sure, I do agree in certain places that there is a societal stigma. I do, however, don't necessarily believe, like I know for a fact, and most of my guy friends know for a fact, we don't want to see somebody have sex with our girlfriend in front of us. Like that is grounds for murder. In fact, in the state of Texas, if you caught your wife in the act
I also think that's because you're from Texas, quite frankly.
I mean, it could be. But
you're from the South and from Texas. And I think that programming has caused you to be that way. You were in the military, so I think that program has caused you to be this way.
Could be. But I'll bring this up. In the state of Texas, if you caught your wife in the act of murder, there's a statute where it's like 7 years was the most you can get, and in some cases, if it's like second or third degree, then it ends up being like you get no criminal time or something to that effect. If you caught your wife having sex with someone else. Interesting. So it is one of those things. Look, and by the way, I do think that's barbaric, but at the same time, I will tell you from an evolutionary standpoint, and I'm not talking about me anecdotally. I'm saying from an evolutionary standpoint, it makes no sense when my species only has 60,000 people alive. Okay, we'll go back 50,000 years. There's only 60,000 Homo sapiens on the entire planet. And somehow my genetics are supposed to procreate. And I'm watching other people have sexual intercourse with my girl.
Please, you are just like all in the facts. Like, it's just like, it's not, do you have any empathy? Like, do you feel from your, okay, cool. So then if you do, then just like let go of the facts or something and just be present in this moment. Like, if you didn't know any of that shit, say you didn't know any, because I don't know any of that shit. And I, quite frankly, I don't give a fuck about it. I don't care about it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What matters is the present. And in the present, like, I am having sex with other people and it's fine. Like, it's just you, like, all these facts, it just like is a number. It's just like a number. It doesn't mean anything.
So the reason why I bring those up is because anecdotally, from my own personal empathetic experience, I also feel the same way. That's the reason why I bring it up.
Okay,
but
well,
the issue is not that your thinking is wrong. Your thinking is perfectly legitimate because it's your thinking. My point was that you felt like more people would want to do it, and maybe that is true. More people. We had discussions about like the majority of men wanting to do this, and I don't ever think that would be possible.
Now you're thriving in this like sexually liberated world, and you're just like, anything is possible. The possibilities are endless.
They definitely are. Have you ever had your testosterone checked? And the reason why I
know you've asked me this
you
before.
have really, really nice skin, and you are built like a outside linebacker.
I'm actually not. I'm actually really lean. I haven't been working out that much, and I do still have muscle, so I do think that I have high testosterone for a woman. Yes, I do. Yeah. But I don't really know that plays into any of this, because there's a lot of people in the lifestyle who, there's all different kinds of people in the lifestyle.
You've met women who don't enjoy sex as much as you, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
Yeah.
So yes, I am like more I don't just like go fuck people just to fuck people, but I do believe I have the right to experience. If something just happens organically, then yeah, I have the right to have this sexual experience.
So this is a really interesting, because I've never been in an orgy, so this is with other dudes. So this is a really interesting thing that I'd asked several women who are in the lifestyle. One of the first questions I asked is like, are you selective about which one of the guys that you have sex with? Now, I've talked to women that are like, we close the door. There's 6 guys, 6 girls in there. I'm having sex with all 6 of them, and I don't even know. It's like that.
I don't believe in that.
Okay, so
though I've had experiences where I've thrown sex parties for my birthday, a couple before that, and it's just like any other party that if you throw a party, not everyone's gonna make out with everyone just because they're there. It's the same thing for a sex party. Like, okay, and what I've learned is that there's two kinds of people in the lifestyle. There's people like me who like want a little bit more of a mental connection, a push-pull, and then there's what I call sport fuckers who just fuck everyone because they're there, just because they're there at the party. And I've had instances where I didn't, there was 3 guys on a bed or 4 guys on a bed and me, and I think I said something along the lines of like, someone fucked me, and the one guy who I didn't want to fuck me, like, put on a condom or something, and I like scooched away from him, and he like left. But he was more, and let's get into this, like, I don't know if this is the higher testosterone in me or what, but I like masculine men, like hairy men, big, like kind of like Jason Momoa type. Like that is my type. And actually, he's not that hairy, but I love him. He's amazing.
Yeah. He has a lot of hair.
Yeah,
long
like
hair.
on his head. Yeah. But like I love a hairy chest. Like I just like manly men, and so this particular guy who went to fuck me was more on the feminine side, which is fine. I just don't want to be fucked by that. And like, to each their own. There's plenty of people at the party, but he was offended, and it was this big thing like, well, why did you invite me to have fun at the party with people who want to have fun with you? That's just not me.
So here's the issue, right? So I could see. So from a man's standpoint, I'm bringing my wife, hypothetically, to a sex party like this, and in the exchanges, I'm going to allow other men to have sex with my wife in the boundary of my marriage. There are boundaries in some people's marriages, right?
There's terms that you agree with.
Okay, so in the terms of my marriage, in this term, there's no other word but allow, because it's terms, and we're both in this marriage. We're both
agree.
Okay, you agree in this situation to. She has other sex with other dudes, and I also get to have sex with other women. If there's a dude who comes there and he is just, for whatever reason, his sexual market value is not as high as yours, which Jen, I'm sorry, personally think that you're probably the hottest girl at the orgy party or orgy you go to. Because my other female friend, she is without a doubt. I've seen the other girls. She is way hotter than the girls that she goes to the parties with. In that situation, it would be kind of a weird situation where you have this one dude who nobody wants to have sex with, and I wonder if that has ever happened.
That does happen.
So explain
sometimes.
that. That's the point I'm trying to get to.
It's just like it's just part of what happens sometimes. I will say there was this one time after a sex party, Kinky Rabbit. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's a pretty big sex party in LA. The sex party was great, but then after four couples, so 8 people total, went back to the hotel at the Edition, just like till 4 p.m. the next day. We're on like G and Molly and just everyone. We were all so hot, and we kept saying the whole time like everyone is so fucking hot here because everyone was just so hot, and everyone wanted to fuck everyone, and we were talking about it because there is those awkward moments sometimes where like one couple or just one person in particular, just like, you know, some people aren't gravitating towards that person, and it's unfortunate, but at the same time, like there's a type for everyone,
for sure,
you know, and I just think it's just gonna happen. It's not something that you can really avoid. Yeah,
that's what other friends of mine have told, that they've gone to swinger events and then they just find the like 4 hottest couples and then they spend the entire time with just those 4 couples.
Yeah, my first Kinky Rabbit was my first 3-way, actually. So my first 3-way was with 2 guys and me, and I was with my ex at the time, and he said, go find a guy. So I went and found a guy at this party.
What's that like? So just imagine that, the audience is here. You walk up to this guy. What are the words that come out of your mouth? Are you naked when you come?
At a sex party.
I understand that. But are you naked when you're asking the guy?
I feel like the girls typically wear lingerie to these events, and the guys either wear suits, or if there's a theme, you dress in the theme. So I forget. I think I probably had lingerie on at that time.
Did you grab him by the hand and just say, you're coming with me?
No,
or did
we just kind of like looked at each other, and you like kind of know. Like when when there's like a spark or a connection or like that electric whatever. And so we just like went into this room, and like I purposely went right in front of my ex, and this guy starts like doing me from behind, and my ex is watching, getting so hard, turned on, whatever. My ex comes and puts his dick in my face, and I have this guy from behind me, and my ex is in my face. When this guy's
did they
done,
high five?
No.
It was not an Eiffel Tower?
No,
so it's not an official Eiffel Tower.
It's more just like hot. Like, and even the guy, he's still my friend to this day, Matt. Like, he texts me all the time, like, oh my God, that was so hot. Like, I was just thinking about that. And like, it's just so hot to him. And so, then my ex, when this guy's done, he comes around and finishes me from behind as well. But like, that was my first 3-way at the sex party. Like, it was fun. I like a man who's like secure enough in his sexuality to let his women other men. Like, that to me gets me so wet. That gets me so like turned on. If you are just so secure in your sexuality that you are not allowing, but like, kind of allowing in a sense your woman.
I do think it's allowing. I do. Like, it's not slavery, but it is a function where
if we use the word both ways, then I'll allow it.
For sure.
If the woman's like, yes, I allow you to have, it's the same way. It's not like the man, like he's just the one allowing it. The people in the relationship are allowing it.
Yeah, if we don't have boundaries, we don't have a relationship. Yeah. And in order for us to exceed those boundaries, we must allow that thing.
I think the trigger for me with that word, when you initially said it, like in the beginning of this interview, it was like the man has the power and he calls all the shots.
She has the power. No, I was in a relationship, and we had a very clear understanding. We were not going to have sex with other people unless we were both in the room.
Yeah.
It was always going to be.
A lot of people have that understanding, and I actually probably would be fine with that kind of understanding.
And to be honest with you, like, okay, being with one woman, let's just say that's 1 point of awesome, and then with another woman is another point of awesome. Being with both of them together is 500 points of awesome. It's not 2 points of awesome. It's 500 points of awesome. If I'm in love with a woman, I want to be with other women with her. I don't need to be with other women without her. In fact, I've done that before where I really liked them.
It brings you closer.
I really liked a girl, and then another girl wanted to sleep with me, and she was like, yeah, fine, go ahead with her. And I remember in the middle of the date, like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Like, I went and raced to this other house to go find my girl.
You know why it brings you closer? Because it allows you to give a level of honesty to the relationship that a lot of other relationships don't have. Because look, if you're sitting at dinner and you're with another couple, that guy is going to want to fuck that girl.
Telling the truth, I think, is awesome, even if sexual liberation or not.
Yeah.
I think you should.
Some of y'all will never get there, and it's unfortunate for you.
Yeah, you didn't do you did not do the work to watch other penises go into your girlfriend. You need to do the work. Guys, hear that? You do the work.
Don't quote me. It's true. You got to do the work.
You do the work. Do the therapy, and then you can watch other go inside of your girlfriend, and you can be
It's actually-
evolved enough to do that.
Don't quote me about it's true. It's like letting go of like your ego and
It is true in the instances for the
some
people that it is true.
So
Yes.
it's rude to do that because it's like for some people that's true.
I agree. I don't disagree that
So
it's
take it back. That's
Okay.
so rude. Apologize.
Okay. For me, I don't believe that's true, but I do believe that is true. I'm sorry if that offended you, honey.
Mm-hmm.
So the first time we met, I don't know if you remember, it was a Zoom call. It was you, me, and Kayla Buffett.
Yes.
And Kayla is married to a woman, and
Yes.
so she's bisexual. She likes women and she likes men. And I usually date bisexual women, so me and multiple women. So it was funny because you had mentioned this while you're in this lifestyle, you're not attracted to women sexually. And the reason why I want to bring it up is because Kayla and I were looking at each other the whole time during the podcast, your podcast, and we're like, no, you should try it. Women are great. Women are great.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting because then I talked about this with Claudia Fajal, and she was like, if I'm going to have a threesome with a girl, she needs to enjoy me as well, not just my husband. So
And I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that for the most part, you want to be included. It's
Yeah.
not just like, I mean, unless there's a kink in that, like, for example, me, I actually enjoy watching my partner have sex with a girl,
Yeah.
even if I'm not involved. And that's the difference between me and Claudia. Like, I don't need it to be about me.
Yeah.
I don't need to be involved the whole time.
Yeah.
But I will say that, yes, I am strictly dickly for the most part. And, you know, I'd rather have like 3 dicks that I'm playing with than touch a vagina.
That is exactly what you told us the first time. We were just like staring at each other.
I did. I'm just like not drawn to it that
Yeah.
way. The same way that there's levels to it with guys, and I know you don't want to believe me.
No. The first part you just said, I'm right there with you. I've done that. That part I've done.
What part?
Thinking about the thing you just said. I've done that. 100%.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying in the other way. Like,
Yes.
So it's different. Yes, when I am looking to date someone, I've never like been attracted or
Yeah.
drawn to women in that way. It's usually just men. It could be my programming. It could just be how I am. It could
Yeah.
just be like, this is how I'm born. I don't know, but I will say that I am open to it. This is what I hate. I hate when people are like Claudia, like, oh, see, I would hate dating someone like that. Like, well, maybe I'm just not there yet. Like,
Yeah.
maybe I just, haven't found the vagina that
She
I'm
needs
like.
to go through the Nights of the Caribbean ride and come out the
Well,
other side and
well,
figure out whether or not.
Maybe, but maybe not.
You do believe, though, that sexual preferences could be something you're born with, right?
100%.
Okay, so I would respect people to understand I am a heterosexual man and I'm not going to change, just like I would respect if I have a friend of mine who's homosexual, he's also not going to change.
For sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then that's what you're
and
saying.
that's what I'm saying is that I don't think I'm going to change.
Right.
I don't think I'm going to wake up one day. I have been in situations where I've been inclined to do things in the moment. I haven't acted on it yet, but I have like nibbles or like whatever, because it's not just about the sexual act. It's about like what's going on behind it. Like my friends, they're a swinger couple, and they go out to bars and they say they're doing the Lord's work.
Yes.
Which is they turn regular couples into swingers.
Got it. That's the
they
Lord's
are doing
work.
the Lord's
Yes.
work, and so
I was talking to the Lord. He was like, yeah, that's
in a setting like
I've been approached on a few occasions by couples like they want to watch me have sex with the wife
Yeah.
in front of them. I have not said yes, but I've
why
been
not?
approached. Huh?
Be a bull. Why not?
Okay.